Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Sam B right here with the Tune Up Show. Yo, got a really good treat for you guys. Alright. Man. Wow. What we gotta talk about today is gang stalking. Alright, now I posted a lot on my Instagram and everything, and look, this is real. Right now I have a guest with me today who experienced this firsthand, has been experienced this firsthand, and
still is.
And still is. I want to introduce he was on my last upload, not the past one, but the one I did right after the Super Bowl. He was here celebrating with us with the Super Bowl. So we're going to get into this gang stalking. That's Gang stalking. Gang stalking. I'm going to let E-Man explain. Hey, yo, E, what's up? First of all, what's up, good brother?
Brittingham, what's up, brother?
How you feeling, man?
Much love, man. I love you. I love the channel. I love the energy. Let's go.
Thank you. So we're going to get into this. Explain, what is gang stalking? Like, to anyone that never heard of it, and anyone that is like, man, what the hell is he even talking about? What is this even happening? What is gang stalking?
Okay, well, gang stalking, first and foremost, this information is from a former senior FBI official. Gang stalking is a rogue military intelligence and law enforcement units of the federal government that oversee a nationwide network of community-based harassment, intimidation, domestic terrorism, directed at thousands of United States citizens such as myself who are being deemed extrajudicially targeted for whatever reasons may be. I vibrate at a higher level. I'm a so-called whistleblower. I'm black. I'm unemployed. I'm a single woman who's independent, who don't have a lot of people or family or friends around me. And you're being targeted. And you be targeted in such a way that I can say in my my personal experience is somebody somewhere in the federal government is your neighbor, your next door neighbor, your employer, or somebody else that has connections with a rogue military, corrupt law enforcement that we see today and that we've been seeing for the last several years all over the news, CNN, Fox News, that have been targeting black males, killing black males all over the country for nefarious reasons, false reasons, just as being a systematically racist and anti-black society that we live in. So I've noticed I've been targeted for the last 5 years.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So let's bring it home real fast. Let's bring it home. So like I said, this may be this. Like, I don't care how long it takes. Honestly, like, this is real stuff. This is very important. Especially, like you said, black men need to understand this, that there is a systematic agenda against you if you live in this country. Whether or not it's gang stalking, whether or not it's a spiritual battle, a technological battle, a physical battle, there is an aspect of this country that is against black men. We see it every day on video, media, social media. You can look up right now on Instagram. When you go into your search engine on Instagram, the first thing they do is they show you busty chicks.
Exactly.
They show you busty chicks, fat asses, big titties, pretty faces, small waists. This is what they want you to know. And like I said, look, and I've said plenty of times, I ain't got no problem with all that. That to me, that's fine. But here's the thing. If it's for me, if it's at home, right, my home, in my bedroom, waiting for me, I ain't got no problem with that. But see, when you're using that as a lure and there's no type of reward afterwards. It's just a lure. That means that there is an agenda. That means that you're just trying to get everybody hooked. Okay? So this goes a lot into gang stalking. Because see, gang stalking comes from today's technology as well. Okay? And like I'm gonna let you finish, man, but I just had to get that out because I spend the last 3 days talking to people about this, talking to people about the whole UFO thing. I did the UFO thing. That's actually gaining traction right now. So like I said, I'm very happy that you're on here because
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. This is serious. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And people that are willing to get on record with me on the Tune Up Show to say exactly what is happening. Because that's what I want, okay, is real people, real problems, seeking real answers. Okay, that's what the Tune Up Show is all about.
Yes. Hopefully this will bring a lot of awareness about this vigilante gang stalking that's run by the United States government. And this is documented by an ex-senior FBI official named Ted Gunderson, as well as...
Wow, Ted Gunderson, okay.
As well as the former FBI director, Richard Mueller. So he served as the FBI director since 2001 to 2013. Okay. So this has been documented, and this has been declassified.
What'd you say, Richard Gunderson?
Richard Gunderson.
Gunderson?
Oh, no, Ted Gunderson.
Ted Gunderson, I'm sorry. What was the original FBI agent? Because I want to put it on the big screen so that way people can see it too, what we're talking about.
The most recent one was Richard Mueller.
Richard Mueller, okay. Richard Mueller.
Right, and he served for 2001 to 2013. He was the FBI's director. Director, not even just an agent. He was the director. So he overseen a lot of the FBI's activities.
Okay. Well, Richard Mueller. How do you spell that?
Richard S. Mueller.
Because now this is it. They're not even trying to help me fire him. Mueller.
So, yeah, I would look up and I would put FBI. I would put former FBI director.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Former
FBI director, 2013.
There it is. Came right up. All right. This is him.
Yep.
All right. So look. This is Robert Mueller. It was Robert Mueller.
Yeah, Robert.
Robert Mueller. Well, you was there. So Robert Mueller, FBI informant, got it on the big screen as I posted up on social media. This is how I do when I do shows, when the guests come through. I'm gonna trust me, you gonna be a reoccurring guest, bro. We gonna make this happen, man. But look, continue. What were you saying about Robert Mueller? I just wanted them to get a grasp about who we're talking about. Who is this person? So when anyone wants to backtrack this video, they can do it. This is their basic guideline.
Exactly. So he was the FBI director. He served from 2001 to 2013. And prior to him leaving, I'll say 2011, he noticed that the FBI was going in a complete different direction that he did not agree with, right? And we'll speak on that. I guess we'll get into that as this series proceeds and goes on. That they were doing a lot of things that are unethical of a government, of a police agency, of a public agency that is supposed to assist the public. And he just did not agree with it. So in my interpretation of reading about this individual, he wound up leaving.
Right, yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm still controlling. I'm listening to what you're saying. I just want to keep bringing up visuals so that way people are following along, because this is not your, this is not your average podcast.
This is all declassified information.
Right. So I want to keep bringing up stuff. So gang stalking. Okay. So this is you're right. Yeah, this is something that's happening.
Right. So
yeah.
So
keep
what
going,
Richard
bro.
Mueller did was when he saw that the direction that the FBI was going into, I think he took his integrity and his honesty and his care for humanity with him and became a full-time lawyer. So he actually left the agency because, like, once again, when he found out the direction that they were going into. So he left in 2013. Like I said, he served since 2001. And if you find there's specific information detailing what Robert Mueller had explained and had exposed what the FBI were doing, the illegal activities as far as surveillance.
Plants inside his head, these are things you can actually see.
As far as watching people inside their homes, as far as thousands of people reporting FBI misconduct, illegal surveillance being followed, everything that entails the dramatics of this phenomenon called gang stalking. That I'm a part that unwillingly I became victimized in 2000.
Now, here's the thing. Now, this is the meat right here. Can you explain to the people that are not familiar about gangs, don't even know you, why do you believe you are being gang stalked? Whether it be spiritually gang stalked, whether it be technological gang stalked, or even in the judicial area or physical gang stalk, why do you believe that you yourself are being gang stalked by the government? And from whatever you know, like
I can say personally because as you described earlier, they're all different levels. It could be spiritual. Like I said in my research, I found out that you could be a single woman, and you could also, like I said, most of the time, for individuals like myself, law-abiding citizens, somebody close to you who lives next door to you or in your community is directly connected with the federal government. So in my case, I lived in good old Germantown.
Oh, yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yeah. So and I lived in a brickyard section. And
that's where I'm from. That's family. Look, like, hey, that's where my mom's side of my family is from.
Okay.
And from most people that know me personally, I have a very huge family. But like I said, I'm not taking away from that. Please continue.
Right, it is. But and I realized living in Philadelphia is such a big city and it's such a dangerous city. So if you don't have family or friends, I advise people don't come here. Don't come here. Don't live here.
I know that's right.
Because this is a dangerous city.
I know.
It just.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. But I get it. Because I lived here my whole life, and from other cities that I've been to and traveled to, Philadelphia is definitely a who's who city. Okay, that's why a lot of celebrities they come here. They don't come here to party. They come here to hide out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and that's a lot. A lot of celebrities are on record for saying that.
That's why
you can hide within Philadelphia, and nobody's gonna know where you're at.
The Liddy City.
Originally, Philadelphia or Pennsylvania.
That's Boozart. That's Boozart.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Originally,
you can't touch the mic and just get in there like
that. I know. But
come on, Boozart.
Hey, Sam B, man. Sam B, I set it all up though, right?
Yo,
I can come in though, right?
Yo,
but hear me out. Hear me out though. Sorry for the sneak in, y'all, but I gotta also add this in here.
You came in the back door.
Right? I also gotta add this. I've been here the whole time. No. But but also keep in mind too, because Pennsylvania is also part of the 13 colonies in which this country was founded on. So I'll slip right back into the corner.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You ain't gotta go to the corner. This ain't school. You ain't in trouble.
Point being. No, but
look, continue.
That's
look,
real rap.
This is such a real. I'm sorry. Look, I just want to say this right. Look, obviously, I have fun with it. We all have fun with it. But this is definitely a serious talk. Like I said, there are millions of people all across the world that is suffering from this gang stalking enforcement that is literally brought up through the government agencies, FBI, CIA, and Thank you for coming on, man, and just giving your personal account. Can you give an actual personal account to where you witnessed experienced gang stalking experience?
So I'm living in Germantown. I'm living in the Brickyard section.
How long ago was this?
And this was I left 2021. And this, and
this is not a couple years ago.
Yeah, this is really not a long time ago. So you never know who your neighbors is. And if you're not from Philadelphia, when you come here, they will tell you to be careful. And you will hear that phrase said a lot. You will also hear another phrase that people will use, and you're going to hear this a lot. That's crazy. Now, I don't know if you're from Memphis, you're from St. Louis, you're from Alabama, you're from New York. But when you come here, you're going to hear the word crazy a hell of a lot, because that's the epitome of the definition of how things occur here and how things happen here. They fucking crazy. And a lot of them don't have no explanation, so the only thing you can say is, that's crazy. Because that's really, really, really what it is. So like I said, you never know who your neighbors are. So I'm living like everyone else is living. I'm thinking of having my privacy just like any other American citizen has their privacy. And I noticed that there's this guy next door to me that he moves in with another woman. I won't say his name. I won't say her name. But, and he was of a certain religion. And he was a black male such as myself. So I noticed like everyone else.
Can you like, all right, so I don't want to put like a certain religion, so because that's going to lead into another part of the series that we're about to do. So
do you want me to disclose the religion?
To disclose the religion?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, dude, if they're listening to us, they're already on us. They're already there. I would say go all out, honestly, because these are people want to hear. They want to know.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, like, this person.
I don't want to associate his religion with his behavior.
Okay, so let's just clarify this. So, can I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, so he most likely was probably Muslim.
Yeah, he was.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. So, and I just guessed that this is my first time even hearing this. So, Islam is such a diverse religion. You have your radicals, you have your deep thought, deep-seated Muslims. You have ones who truly believe in the Creator. You have the ones who truly believe you have the Muslims who really believe in what they believe in. They believe in the Creator. They believe in Yahuwah and Yahweh and Allah. You know, these are all names of God. Okay? At the end of the day, these are all names of God. So, when you got your radical... Yeah, we gotta like, that's good? You good?
Yeah.
With the phones? Yeah. All right. So, when it comes to that, and like I said, this is when all the distractions come in. I know, right? So, when it comes to Islam, I know a lot of great brothers.
And actually, the reason I want to bring that up, because I didn't want to associate this individual with that particular religion, because there were some good brothers out of this city and also from the airport who happen to be Muslim, who tried to contact this individual and tell him to leave me alone. So Islam is a good religion. It's a religion
but it has
of peace.
So many different factors and sectors.
In this city of Philadelphia, I was told by certain members of the Muslim community that there's about 118 different sects.
Exactly.
In this city alone.
Yeah. And
this is called Baby Mecca.
And at the top, you're right. You're absolutely right, because I try to tell a lot of Islamic brothers that I know hey, your religion has and that's why I can't necessarily get down with the whole Islamic culture, because it has too many sectors. It has too many back doors. It has too many side doors. It has too many this, too many that, too many this, too many that. So what I say, the fact that you said that breathes truth, because there's a lot of Islamic Muslim people that are operatives,
and some of them are renegades.
They're renegades, and a lot of guys, they don't like when I say this, but I keep telling them the Islamic culture was started by a rogue Roman Catholic priest. Okay, that's why you have so many sects.
Wow.
Okay, because it was started. It was a rogue religion. Okay, based off of all truths. Okay,
Look at that.
and it all leads back to God. But please, let's please continue.
So when I noticed, right, that this guy would follow me in my house from room to room, and I'd be in my kitchen, and my TV would be off, and I would hear somebody in the kitchen. Now this guy's about 400 pounds, about 6'4".
That's a big guy.
Yeah, so it's easy to hear somebody of that stature.
That's a big ass
walking
dude.
around. Yeah. So when I would be in my bathroom, I would hear him in his bathroom. When I would be in my living room,
Is this like a next door neighbor?
Yeah.
This is your next door neighbor?
Yeah, this is my next door neighbor when I live in Jersey. So I would be in everywhere I went, pretty much in my home, I would hear him. Like he was following me, right? But I'm like, now who can see through the walls, right? What is, you know what I'm saying? Is he?
I'm not laughing, but like you're right. Like that's troubling.
Is he one of the X-Men or something like that? Is this guy alien?
Nightcrawler,
right? So I noticed.
God, you're right.
I noticed that there was, like a and there's a mosque right up the street. So I noticed there was a lot of good, decent people from the neighborhood that would go to the mosque, and I would talk to them. Because if you live in the neighborhood, you're going to function with people that's in the neighborhood. It may not be everybody, but some people going to show their light. Some people going to show their darkness. In this case, this guy showed his darkness. So in his face, you could see nothing but darkness. All in his eyes, all in his face. And he walked around with his steak boots on. All
steak
day.
Wait, steak boots? What?
Boots are like when you come home from upstate.
Steak boots.
Yeah,
steak,
like
upstate.
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
upstate
like when you come home from prison.
I thought they was like rubber shoes or something.
Well, it all depends if it was federal or if it was state.
So federal is rubber shoes.
Yeah.
I knew it was like rubber. Like that's what it sounded like. Okay, all right.
So he would pretty much. So all the guys that been to jail, you know what I'm saying here. All the guys that's listening, and you've been to jail, and you've been upstate, and you've been to a fed joint, you know what I'm talking about.
State boots is like just
Right. The same ones that they give you up there.
Oh, no laces.
So he would walk around every day
laces,
as a symbol to other people, from that world. Like, I'm still on that type of time. So that's cool, but he happened to be my damn neighbor. Now here I am working, trying to live a life like everybody else, trying to eat, sleep, work, enjoy your life, make a life for you. And I noticed everywhere I went in my house, this person would seem to follow me. I would go to my backyard, and then I would see him eavesdropping and watching me dig holes and plant flowers inside my backyard. And
he did that to you?
Yeah. And I would notice that he was watching me. So sometimes I would hear somebody say, motherfucker.
Wait,
motherfucker
what?
like that.
Okay, it was like, so these are the boots.
No. These are not the boots. These are like upstate prison attire that you wear when you on like different. Because
I want this to be
different when.
So not this, but
when you on different programs,
so
and stuff like that.
These like fake ACGs.
So basically, with the boots,
Boozards.
This is Boozards again. Sorry,
I
gotta stop doing that.
Everybody, I'm telling you, this is gonna be that. Yo,
hey, look, this is.
Let's go.
Yo, but doesn't state provided boots or footwear should not allow strings?
What kind of boots? So that way we can.
It should not allow strings.
Yeah. So were these state issued boots that you saw that man was wearing, or was it? What did they look like? Like
it was something similar to them.
All right, so
So I wasn't like all in his foot.
So this was state issued boots.
But I know.
Well, maybe he didn't have any.
There was some state issued ass boots. I know that.
Maybe honestly, there's some small ass feet.
I mean, he probably took them off. Well, anyway, I don't want to digress.
With no laces.
Laces. That's when you saw it.
Yes, no laces.
So these are it. These are it.
No laces.
So that pretty much confirms it all
laces.
right there. No laces.
Okay,
no laces.
There was no laces. That's why I asked you. Like I asked you,
No, I thought you was talking about the color. But yeah, exactly.
No. Okay, so it was these boots.
No laces.
No color.
No laces. Right.
And you know what the funny thing about all that was? Because when I was coming up in high school, there was two things that was going on during the time that I was coming up in high school. there was not only the sagging of the pants, which I thought that died out, back in 2002. Obviously, it made its way back this year, but never mind that. That was the first thing. The second thing was called no tie shoes, which was pretty much similar to the laceless shoes that we see here today.
My thing is, why can't they just give them Velcro? Like, that's not a joke or anything.
Or some aces.
Or whatever. But, I mean, so alright, so continue, please.
So that was, I guess, a symbol to other people that's been where he was, that he was still on that time. Mentally.
Right, because he could have got some boots.
Mentally, right?
He could have got some Air Forces or something.
So, make a long story short, I said, okay, well, that's pretty much all I know about this guy. And this guy's following me in my house. So sometimes when I would pull around in front of my house, he would come outside like he had a problem with me. Like I was supposed to physically interact with him. So he would throw his hands up in the air like me and him got some secret beef that I don't know nothing about. Nothing about. So, I would just ignore the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, you know what, whatever. I'm going to just go about my fucking business. And if he say something to me, then I'll address it. But all the time when he threw his hands up in the air, it was a situation where no one else was outside to like see it.
So it was just always you and him. And so, like, let me just interject real fast. So what you're saying is that, it pretty much dives right into a lot of my research and a lot of things I talk about on videos, where a lot of these religious organizations and religious sects, especially under the Christian era, Roman Catholicism, and also Islam, where these people are being recruited right out of prison to watch certain people.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're part of the gang stalking program as well.
Exactly.
So, like I said, here's the thing. I peg you as a person, as a man, of somebody that really wants to know the truth, somebody that is in search of the ultimate truth. So I believe I had this conversation with at least 5 or 6 people within the last 4 or 5 days. Okay, like I've been up ever since I posted that UFO video. My DM, my texts, phone calls. I was up, I would say 2 days ago, up to 3 o'clock in the morning, talking with people. Not 3 days ago. So, and I believe you. That's why I believe, because the truth is absolute. And the only people that want to hide the truth are people that want you to believe a lie.
Exactly. Because all that leads up to what's going on now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, first and foremost, before I even knew what gang stalking was or whatever, all of this was happening to me, right? So I said, you know what? My man came home. He got his state boots on. So maybe I'm being bothered now and harassed by some criminal dude, right? Who has ties to some criminal elements, right? So I noticed I would ignore him for months, right? And sometimes my wife would be upstairs, and when me and my wife are doing things that couples do, I noticed he would slam the door extremely hard, and he would be always mumbling, motherfucker.
Now you heard this through the walls.
I heard this, like, listen, if you live in G-Town, these
walls I grew up in G-Town, so you can hear everything.
Yeah. These walls are like paper thin, right?
Well, exactly. I mean, like, I'm not laughing, but like, you're right, because I grew up. I'm from Germantown. Okay, I grew up in German. Like, I was born like from Brickyard. I was born in Brickyard. I was raised in the Nicetown area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
right
I bounced around. I don't want to give too much of my information out. But you know, it is what it is. I don't really care. But I don't, like I said, you know.
Right.
So continue.
And being a woke individual, right? I've always been spiritual. My father's a bishop. My mother was a singer.
Your brother's a bishop? Oh, I'm saying not brother. Your father's a bishop.
My father's was a bishop. My mother was a singer. They met in the church and then had kids. You feel me? So I've always, all her kids, all my siblings, we have a sixth sense. You know what I'm saying? I raised in a domestic, violent house with a stepfather that was alcoholic.
So this was your house that you grew up in?
Right. So it was always drama. So if you, a little one, you going to always be aware of drama, right? Because if you were raised in it. So you were raised in it as a little child. When you get older, you're going to be not immune, but your radar is always going to be,
You are going to be aware.
I can sense this coming.
Right.
I can sense that coming. I can sense this person. I can sense that person because then you're going to be introduced to like everything that's dark. You're going to run into dark people. You're going to run into people who you can't trust. You're going to run into family, not just family members. You're going to run into people out on the street who you think you can put your trust into, and then they're going to not trust you. You're going to wind up not trusting them. They're going to snake you. They're going to reveal who they really are. And all this is just a little person.
So can I I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want, can I interject real fast?
Please.
Okay, so here's the thing. So you said in the beginning to where it attacks minorities, especially black men. So you said that you grew up in a household where your stepdad, everything drunk and everything, whatever. Like, I'm not saying whatever, but I'm just et cetera, et cetera.
Abusive.
Drama
every day.
Everything drama every day.
Drama every day.
So you believe that, not you believe, but you believe to the point where that gang stalking has a lot to do with environmental manipulation.
Yes, I do. And
that's what I'm trying to get to. Gang stalking has a lot to do with environmental manipulation, to where there are people around you while you're growing up, and it systematically will drive you down to be within this environment. Keep it as a mental state. I believe that the movie Focus with Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
You remember that movie?
Yeah.
Okay, and he is Will Smith plays a con man. And I just got finished watching this. Actually, as we're talking, I'm going to bring it up because this is proof where you saw me hit pause, right? You know what I'm saying? You saw me hit pause. It was like whatever tune-up show, whatever Sam B.
That was a very slow.
Right, you saw me hit pause. So and look, I have fun with this because I get it. I get what they. I get, like you said, the systematic programming.
Yes.
So
you're being watched
right
from an early age, from the police coming to your house so much and dealing with your family so much. When the government starts these programs, right? Mm-hmm. These surveillance programs, these watch programs, these guinea pig programs, right? When they come up with a list of black males to a target, you know what I'm saying? Naturally, growing up in certain environments, you're going to be a target and subjugated to these government illegal programs, these guinea pig, I call them, programs like gang stalking, where, like I said, when we'll get further into it, where they're watching me inside my house. They have my phone tapped. So I'm being surveillanced 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wow. When I eat, when I sleep, when I shit, when I piss, when I look on my phone, when I want to write a rhyme down on a piece of paper or a note, when I'm on the phone with my lawyer and they're all listening. And it makes you feel to a point where, the government can make you feel like you're isolated. Mm-hmm. And with this gang stalking, it's community based, and these community members, some of them are protected by the local police. Right. So they want you to feel completely isolated. So when you call the cops, and then the cops are lying about coming out to your 911 calls, which they've lied. I've called several times just recently within the last 2 weeks, and the police never even showed up.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for this thing where Will Smith explains exactly. In the movie, he explains,
enemy of the state.
Well, yeah, exactly. And, it's, of course, they don't want me finding this, but, please continue.
So with that guy, I've noticed, I said, you know what? I've got to say something because this guy keep following me. Mm-hmm. And then as a man, I'm sitting down in my truck, and there's sometimes where I would go to my truck and I would see him at the corner dressed all dirty and bummied up like he was a bum. like I wouldn't recognize you. Like, hold on, nigga, you live right next door to me. Hold on, are you creeping? Oh, that's what you're doing. Certain times I would come back from certain places like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning where it shouldn't be nobody outside. And I would park on the opposite street that I live on. And when I did that, some days, 5 o'clock in the morning with nobody out in the street, this individual would walk right past me. 5 o'clock in the morning on the cell phone talking to somebody. Nobody else out but me and him. Letting me know, right? And at the time that I was being clocked by this person. And I didn't realize I was. I thought it was just a coincidence. I thought it was just a coincidence. So I was fooling myself with the thought that I was being safe. My safety was being interrupted. I was gassing myself because I thought I was being safe, because the average U.S. citizen is going to think that, nah, there's no way one man, one person. Later on, so this is how it had boiled down to. When I realized, one day, me and my girl, we were sitting in the living room, and like I said, these walls in Germantown is really thin, and I had a feeling, a gut feeling, and my spirit said, you know what? Take your cell phone and take her cell phone and turn it over and see what happens. So when I turned my cell phone over and I told her to do the same thing, all of a sudden, you just heard this, hey, this motherfucker up to us. He know what we doing. And it came right from his house. Then 2 seconds later, you heard him open the door and slam it. Because him slamming the door was his MO. That's how he reminded me of my stepfather, always slamming doors. So it reminded me of my stepfather. He slammed the door real hard and came back inside. And the second time said, yeah, this nigga is on to us. He know what we're doing. And me and my lady heard it, right? With no special hearing or anything else like that, because you could easily hear it. We sat there on the couch all night and I didn't move, because I was really realizing that my whole world was just now turned upside down, and all my privacy, all the things that I did in private by myself, all the text message was really being infiltrated by this guy right here.
Good God. I mean, like, you're right. You're right. And I think this is exactly what gang stalking is all about. It's something that a lot of people, you don't pay attention to it, as far as like, but I just want to say, like, this is an example. I finally found it, thank God. Here it is right here. I want to play it real fast. And, hopefully we'll play. And, whatever. Copyright. They know what this broadcast is. And like I said, YouTube, if you bother me about this, I'm just going to just upload this somewhere else. And everyone else is going to look. So I don't really care. Like, things keep slipping down. Like, it's fine. I know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So there's a spiritual gang stalk. There's a physical, technological gang stalk.
Yep.
So, I'm going to go ahead. This is from Shaking My Head Productions. I missed this channel, but this is proof of what you're saying, where how they are able to pretty much mess with your head. And this is what they do. The CIA, FBI, this is what they do. And they use operatives, the way you said, whether it's through religion or whether it's through school or technology. Sorry about that. Technology. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this.
How did you do that?
Lee Say, legendary gambler. He bets on everything, anything, huge cash bets all the time.
But how did you know who he was gonna pick?
We told him to. We've been telling him all day. From the moment he left his hotel room, we've been priming him, programming his subconscious. He's been seeing the number 55 all day long. On the elevator, in the lobby, even the stick pin on the doormat. Not only that, we loaded his route from the hotel to the stadium. He looks out the window, primers are everywhere. Now he doesn't see it, but he does. There's no getting around it. He even sees far. Suggestions are everywhere, from the number of flowers in a vase.
That is genius.
Yeah, and it's not only what he sees, it's what he hears. The Mandarin word for 5 is woo. There are 124 woo-woos in sympathy for the devil. Now he's not registering it, but it's all there. So when he picks up those binoculars, looks out on the field, sees a familiar face with the number 55 on his jersey, some little voice in the back of his mind says, that's it. And he thinks it's intuition, and he picks.
Do you want me to write it down?
And you, being in the dark, was the convincer. We call that the little blind mouse.
How did you know who he was gonna pick?
So,
Wow.
right.
That's excellent.
So, exactly. So, like I said, bro, I was ready for you.
Wow.
I was ready. And see,
Wow.
that, yeah, exactly. So you blown away. I get to blow you away. Look.
because I see the same psychological warfare that they're playing.
Right.
That is a perfect expert, because that's exactly
Perfect example, right?
Exactly how this gang stalking works. It's psychological warfare of intimidation, harassment, and it's just total, complete communism as well as domestic terrorism, man. And it's all funded by taxpayers, and it's the defense contractors, and it's the InfraGard corporations, and it's the powers of darkness that are in high places that's on this planet, man. And
So I just want to put. That's why I said I put that video out there. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I put that video out there that's proof that even Hollywood is aware of gang stalking, capabilities and what they are doing. They know it. Like this is all Hollywood, the entertainment industry, sports, and everything is CIA ran. Okay, even down to liquor, recreational drugs, everything that you think you're in control of, you're not in control of. And as usual, we hear sirens, of course, and but that may not have nothing to do with it. So here's what I wanted to ask you. When it comes to gang stalking, is there a major separation between paranoia or it's really happening to you?
I believe that the relation between gang stalking and paranoia has to do with the individual. Because based upon your mental acuity and your mental strength is going to depict and determine how you're affected by it. So if you're a scary ass person any damn way, and you don't hang outside too much, or you just scared of the boogeyman, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're gonna have a field day with you. But if you spiritually connected, and if you're spiritually empowered,
Spiritually empowered by what? Because there's Christians that watch my channel. I would say, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to, me personally, I believe you have to be mentally what's soon to come. You have to be mentally strong to accept what's about to happen and be able to function as a being, not just so much as a human being, but you have to be able to function as a human being as well. Because see, they got technology out here that's been around for 50 something odd years to where it's meant to mess your head up.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's why when you come to people like you that are willing to get on record about this, and trust me, you saw this was just a perfect day. Yeah. You were
perfect.
Yeah, not perfect, but
no, that was perfect.
Yeah. When we were driving back to the studio to do this broadcast, you said it, and I was like, well, they know who I am. I've been shadow banned. Okay, I've experienced it, and I'm a small channel. Okay, I don't have 250,000 views. That's not what this is about. You know, but for somebody like you to come around and say everything that most likely people are believing, you know, and I agree with it, man.
Well, we're taking the whistleblowers themselves who work for the same agency that pushes this wicked agenda, the FBI senior executives and operatives. So we're taking information from Ted Gunderson, right, who's a senior FBI agent, but like I said, he's deceased. And also, we're going to pull up some information from Richard Mueller, who's the FBI director. And these two FBI senior agents are pretty much saying the same thing, the same exact thing that I've been saying, that I'm dictating, that I'm correlating, that I'm saying in my story, of my personal experience of this present day gang stalking or group stalking. So, you know, back to the individual here, it got to a point where I had to tell myself, either I'm going to be quiet about this man watching me and surveillancing me, or I'm going to say something. So one day I decided to say something. And I asked him when he was outside, I said, "Are you watching me?" And then he went to his car. He said, "Yes, I am." And all hell broke loose. On that street, all hell broke loose. His wife came outside, you know, and she was like looking at him. And then I said, you know what, I have to notify the appropriate people about what's going on. And I did so. Come to find out, that very next day, that very single next day, so that was on a Wednesday, that Thursday, everybody who I talked to on that block didn't talk to me no more. And I was being gang stalked by every single one. Every single one. Every single one.
I just broke news. Well, Boozarts just broke news. And while we're doing this, what's his name? No, it is a little. Is it? Because on the show he was depicted as a.
This just came up as a E-Man was talking just now. I got a news break from notification saying that a comedian, Law and Order icon Richard Belzer dead at 78 years old. I swear, I'm telling you right now, it just came on my feed while E-Man was talking.
Right. So, and if people aren't familiar with this man, this is old school comedian.
Yeah, that's how I remember him.
Yeah, Richard Belzer.
Yeah.
He played Munch from Long.
And this just came on as you were talking. This just came on. I looked over at Boozarts, and Boozarts had like this, like he's ready to fall out his damn seat. And I was like, well, what's up, bro?
It wasn't like
like my account or your account had just better hit 1 million.
It says 248, so no more than
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So Richard Belzer, if anyone, and look, this is all part of the show. This is being edited as we go along. We build the bridge as we walk on it. Okay, this is what the tune-up show is all about. We build the bridge as we walk on it. All right. Actor Richard Belzer, who played Law and Order detective, has died. Belzer, who also did comedy and authored several books, started as Detective John Munch in the long-running crime drama. Actor, comedian, and author has died. It was reported Sunday. Died on southern France. All right. Now a lot going on in France too. He had lots of health issues, and his last words were "F you, a mother effer," chef said. Now, who was he talking about? Wow! Okay. He said his last words were F you, MFer. Wasn't you saying that that's what that guy was saying through the walls?
Yeah, he was saying, motherfucker. So everything.
So now, supposedly, this is his last words from Chef. Who the hell is Chef? All right. So I'm going to go back to whole screen. But here's the thing. John Munch, the character, was supposedly the conspiracy theorist of the group. If anyone follows Law and Order SVU, he was the conspiracy theorist. He was the guy that believed that everybody was watching you and we're all here and everyone's about to die. He was that guy.
And he also did Vice. He played a character as a Vice person.
Right. And he was Vice. And so he knew. Okay, he knew. So the fact that Boozart, and thank you, Boozart, for that, interjection. Wow, that's crazy. So, but we're going to get back on subject here. But I just think that was something to bring up because he played a character which he most likely probably knew himself. All right, and you could do the number, gematria, or whatever. I mean, we don't have time for that. We're here to talk with E about gang stalking, so let's get back to it.
Yeah, so when I remember one day, like I said, when I had asked him about it, and then he was like, "Yeah, that's me," and then his wife came out because he blew the whistle on himself, right? So then, I said, you know what? I got to play this smart. So what I did was I said, okay, I got to contact the local authorities. You know what I'm saying? So when I did so, the very next day, and it seemed like he wasn't too worried either. So I noticed the very next day, the whole neighborhood was against me. And the whole neighborhood was watching me. So people who I used to talk with and people who I used to visit didn't want to visit me no more. Completely ignored me, silenced me. And I noticed every time I went outside, everybody was inside. So when I went outside, certain people covertly would come outside and pretend to be doing other things, and they started watching me. Then it got to the point where it didn't take me long to realize that I'm being spied on. It don't take me long at all. It take me probably 5 damn minutes to figure on that the whole situation is different now, and everything is wrong now, and the whole atmosphere 360 degrees around me is different now, where now I'm being targeted. So the next day when I came outside, that same day, he had 4 or 5 brothers against the wall watching me get into the Uber.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that until I got inside the Uber. And I said, wow, look at that. You know what? Wow. So I said, now I wonder what that's about. Slowly, as the days and the weeks went on, I would hear him bring people upstairs in the house, right? And I would hear like 5, 6 dudes up there. Little did I know, right? And I'm like, I wonder what they're doing, because my room is here, his room is there, my wall is right here, his wall is right there. I said, what's 5 or 6 guys? You hear all these footsteps running up steps, right?
Down, yeah. Okay,
like they're just aligning people over in this guy's house. Little did I know.
Well, do you think he was like maybe a dealer or like
they were all he was showing me off to them. He was surveillancing me.
So he had no dealings. Like he wasn't like a pusher or anybody.
No, you know what I think he was. And later on, now this is 2 years after I left.
Cause I'm just trying to eliminate every doubt to where like maybe he just had people. Maybe he was just that bull. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying I don't believe you. No, I'm just saying I want to eliminate
as far as possibilities, right? This guy, right? And I was talking to somebody else, right? I believe this guy was connected in organized crime.
Okay.
And I believe he was a CI. And what I read on Targeted Individuals' website is a CI can put you in this illegal program called gang stalking. A CI can do it. So the same thing that the government is doing to me and the police is doing to me, he had the manpower to do it because he was a part of organized crime. Right? So what I've also noticed, right, because this is about money, this is about dollars and cents, right? It's $1 billion industry.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
like watching people with cameras and all that.
Right.
All the technology comes right overseas from China.
Yeah. So being the fact that I believe that he was a CI, because he's the only. Because I'm saying, how can another black man tap my phone that live right next door?
Well, he's not doing it personally. Like, I mean,
see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like what? Who has that technology? Only law enforcement has that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've Googled these are SMS catchers that pick up your cell phone, right? And what they do is with everyone's cell phone, it mimics a cell tower. But the signal is so strong, it doesn't go to the local cell tower. It mimics and tricks your phone into
people
going
that
to
smell
their
like it.
cell tower because the signal is stronger than a normal and average cell tower that's up.
That's why this is, and Sam B, this is probably why other callers will probably call in on a different number that will come up. And that's been happening.
Well, I'm not worried about those
years.
people, honestly. Like, what I'm most worried about is getting this man's story out and trying to, not trying, but separating fact from fiction. This is a informational war, and it's the truth, man. It's it's happening,
and that's how it all started.
Wow,
through him, through living next door to the wrong motherfucker, who had the access and the connection to the federal government to fuck with me like that.
Okay, so here's the thing. So let's dig a little deeper. Cause see, I would say people they're not severely convinced. I would I'm just playing
the
that's advocate
cool.
here.
We gonna get to it.
So like I said, so what I'm gonna do is we're up against it at that hour. This could be part 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna just post this up. We're gonna I have to overlook everything. So we're gonna just do this, and then part 2 is why you,
why me?
Why you exactly
right?
So
why me?
We're going to get into this again. We're going to do part 2. I want to wrap this up in 2 hours. But look, man, thank you seriously for coming through, man, and do part 1. We're going to do part 2 right after. But I just want to do this real fast, and we're going to break it up in 2 parts. 2 hours.
4 parts.
2 hours, baby. 2 hours. Yo, this is it.
Tune-up show. Tune in.
Ooh, thank you. I like that. Tune in. Tune up. Let's do this. Peace.